Hello learner, greetings of the day. Let's discuss about line drawing algorithms. We have several line drawing algorithms, so out of which we will discuss about DDA and Bresenham's algorithm. There is one more called midpoint circle algorithm as well. So total 3 algorithms you are supposed to study, and the purpose of all 3 algorithms are same, that is line drawing. You can just see over here how a line is drawn. It is a smooth line that you can see over here, and this is something like a jagged kind of line, which is not smooth, you can say, and this ladder shape thing, you can see several ways of drawing the line. You can just see here the next one. There's a line that is drawn and there is something selected over there. What exactly is all this? You can just see here that is a screen which is divided into multiple grids. Your monitor screen can be divided into multiple rectangular blocks into, you can see it as rows and columns, something like rows and columns, and every such block inside that grid can be called as pixel. Now in order to draw a line that is a smooth line, all that we can do is select suitable pixel. You can see if I want to draw a line over here, my one endpoint over here is this is one endpoint of the line, and the other endpoint of the line is over here. And in between these two endpoints, in order to get a smooth appearance or in order to draw a straight line, I need to select multiple such points. Multiple such points between these two endpoints should be rendered. So how do I generate all these endpoints? So that is by selecting suitable pixel. If I start with this leftmost endpoint, you can just see here which among these pixels in the screen should be selected in order to generate this pixel, this leftmost endpoint. Can I select this pixel or this pixel or this pixel? I cannot select all this. Why? Because these pixels do not correspond to this particular point. So this endpoint lies exactly here inside this block in the grid. So this pixel only should be selected. So note here, this is the rectangular block, or this block which this is nothing but a pixel which has to be selected to generate this endpoint. Now coming to the next point or next portion of the line. So you can just see this portion of the line passes through a single pixel, and which is that pixel? It is this pixel, so that has to be selected. Again, coming to the next part of the line, you can see it passes through one pixel and it also passes through one more pixel over here, but only small portion of that passes through that pixel, so we will not select. Major portion of the line passes through the next pixel, so let's select this pixel. Same thing applies over here also. Again, over here, coming to the next portion, this portion of the pixel, so 3 pixels are selected continuously because most of the portion of the line passes through this. So this is how, by selecting the multiple pixels that corresponds to the line segment, okay, by selecting that, we can generate or we can draw a line segment. We will just see now in particular DDA algorithm, what are the steps as per DDA we can follow to generate a smooth line segment. DDA. The full form of DDA is Digital Differential Analyzer. So we can call this particular algorithm as a scan conversion algorithm. Why the meaning of is scan conversion algorithm? Why the word scan conversion? So it is something like we are basically selecting or generating the pixels in order to draw a line. In order to draw a line, we select various pixels to generate a line, right? So that is why we call it as a scan conversion. What do you mean by a scan? Scan is nothing but the ray of pixel actually. So array of pixel. So you select a series or array of pixels in order to generate a line. Okay, so here in this algorithm actually we have basically 3 cases which has to be dealt with. So those 3 cases we are going to deal with the equation, and that equation here is this particular equation. So you can note down m is equal to y, and this k plus 1 is a suffix, okay, y suffix k plus 1 minus y suffix k divided by x suffix k plus 1 minus x suffix k. So it is nothing but actually an equation of the slope equation, right? So here we will just go through this in detail. Let's begin with the case 1. So let's generate a line whose slope is less than 1. We can now think, what is the line whose slope is less than 1? What is the equation of the slope? Equation of the slope is m is equal to dy by dx. This is the equation of the line, dy by dx. So change in y divided by change in x. So whenever change in y is greater than change in x, in that case I get always the slope value greater than 1. And suppose if I have dx, that is change in x greater than change in y, if numerator is greater, then definitely the answer I get greater than 1. But if denominator is greater, in that case I have always slope less than 1, right? So these are the 2 cases. So in these 2 cases, among these 2 cases, let's deal with the second case first. Next we'll move on to the first case. So what is that case? If the slope is less than 1. When it will be less than 1? When change in x is greater than change in y. So in that case, my slope equation would be m is equal to yk plus 1 suffix k plus 1 minus yk divided by x suffix k plus 1 minus yk. And then what am I supposed to do over there? It is nothing but x you're supposed to increment. So what is that? My x value, in order to plot a particular point, my x coordinate would be previous x coordinate plus 1. That means increment the x coordinate. Okay, so what is that? I'll just tell you with an example. In that case you will be very clear with that. If I take an example, okay, suppose if I have to draw a line segment, okay, so what is that line segment? A portion of the line. I am going to start with one particular endpoint always, and that endpoint always I'll select as a leftmost endpoint usually. So this is my starting point, that is say 2, 3. I can take that as x0, y0. That is my initial point. So x0 would be 2, y0 would be 3. This is my starting point. Now, every line has a line equation, right? So what is the equation of a line? Y is equal to mx plus c. So what is mx plus c? What is m there? M is nothing but slope of the line, that is dy by dx. And what is the c? C is nothing but the, if suppose this is a line segment, I can say this continuation, okay, this is a line segment here, sorry, this is a line, and line segment is this one small portion of the line is line segment, whose one point is 2, 3, and the other end point is over here, say 6, 6 or something. And if this is a line, I have a line y-intercept for this line. So what is that? Y-intercept means intersection point of a line with the y-axis. So what is that? Intersection of the line with the y-axis, that point you call it as C. So y is equal to mx plus c. Now I have to generate this line segment starting from the point 2, 3. I have to generate n number of points till the end point in order to generate this line segment. So how do I calculate all these points after 2, 3 in order to generate this line segment? How do I plot these points, subsequent points? That is by using this equation. So let's take the slope of the line. So my slope of the particular line. So you have an equation here, okay, so which can be taken, and then you can just see here y coordinate, that is yk plus 1 is nothing but yk plus m. So what is this value of k over here? I'll tell you what is that k with the help of an example. It will be more clear. Okay. So about this equation also I'll tell you while discussing the example. So all that you have to just remember here is different cases. Okay. So we will move on to the next case. The next case is, what if the line segment is greater than 1? So just you have to remember here, if the line segment is almost horizontal, then such lines slope would be always less than 1, because dy by dx numerator becomes more, change in x becomes more rather than change in y. So in that case slope of the value will be less than 1. And if the line is almost vertical, so such lines will have slope greater than 1. Why? Because change in y is more frequent compared to change in x. So change in y is more compared to change in x. That is why such lines will be almost vertical and whose slope will be greater than 1. And you can just see this formula, and all this formula will apply later while discussing the example. Now the third case is, the slope will be exactly equal to 1. So when the slope will be exactly equal to 1, change in y will be equal to change in x. In that case, that special case, when both the changes or both x and y changes are same, in that case slope will be equal to 1, and this formula is supposed to apply. What is that? Incrementing both x and y. Okay, so in case 1 you're supposed to, that case 1 is nothing but slope when it is less than 1, that is change in x is more. So when change in x is more, that is slope is less than 1, in that case always you have to remember x you're supposed to increment. You're supposed to increment always x. That is in case 1. One more case. Case 2 is nothing but slope that is greater than 1. So remember, change in y is more. So in that case, y is the one which you have to increment. The last case where both change in y and change in x both are same, in that case slope will be exactly equal to 1, and in that case both x and y you are supposed to increment. These are the three cases which you have to remember. It's simple. There is one last special case where the slope is negative. That is the fourth case. Okay, so when the slope is negative, in that case all that you have to do is you have to reverse. Okay, you have to reverse the equation. So how do you reverse the equation? It's nothing but this way. Okay, so when dx is negative, you're supposed to take the equation this way. When dy is negative, you have to just take the equation this way. That's the reverse of being positive. Okay, let's look at an example to understand it in a better way. Just see the first example, that is, draw a straight line using PDA, that is Digital Differential Analyzer algorithm, from 0 to 0 to 8, 9. So we have a line segment over here whose starting point is given to you, and the starting point is nothing but origin, that is 0, 0, and the other end point is given to you, and that is 8, 9. So we are supposed to draw a line segment there. So we know x0, y0, and the other end point x, say let's take it as x m y m. Okay, x max, y max. Right. So now we can start with the table. So you can just see here few parameters. Let us start with the first column, first parameter, that is xk, next is yk, and next is the next increment to x, and what would be the next increment to y, and the last column what you can see is nothing but the plotting point. So what is the meaning of plotting point? So this is the final point which is ready for us to plot it on the graph. So it is something like this is the final plot point which we are going to make use in order to generate the line segment. So here we are going to start with 0, 0, so which is nothing but the x coordinate and y coordinate. And next we have the next increment. What would be the next increment to x? And that is xk plus 1. And next y increment to y is yk plus 1. And our final plot point, that is the final point what we have generated from this iteration. So that final point is nothing but plot point, that is the last column. So let's see here how to calculate our x coordinate and y coordinate with the given initial point x and y. So first of all, let's see what is k over there. Okay, so what is that k? K, you can just take it as number of iterations or number of steps. Okay, so what is that number of steps? How to decide the number of iterations or number of steps from the given set of point, from the given two endpoints? Okay, so the first step would be here, in order to calculate this k, the first step is calculation of slope. So how do we generate a slope? M is equal to delta y by delta x. This is the slope formula. So what is delta y? Change in y. So how do we calculate change in y? We are given with the two endpoints. X0, y0 is the first endpoint, 0, 0, and the other endpoint is xm, ym. Let's take. So now delta y is nothing but subtract y coordinates, 9 minus 0. So that is 9 divided by delta x is nothing but 8 minus 0, and that is nothing but 8. So 9 by 8 is the slope 1.13, and the slope we find that it is greater than 1. And this is nothing but our case 2. So what is that? Slope greater than 1. And what do we do when the slope is greater than 1? We have to note that when the slope is greater than 1, this line will be almost vertical. And when the line is almost vertical, we have change in y more, or the y coordinates are change in y is frequent. So in that case, you can just remember that what you have to do is, our formula says the next y coordinate would be just an increment to the previous y coordinate by 1. So what is that? The previous y coordinate what you have, increment that by 1, and that is how you generate the next y coordinate. So an increment to y. So what was our previous y coordinate? Our previous, we started with 0, right? We started with 0. So you can just see here, previous point, or the first point that we started with is x is equal to 0, y equal to 0. So now this yk is nothing but 0 plus 1. So our next point y coordinate would be 1. Our next y coordinate would be 1. So how do we calculate the next x coordinate, that is xk plus 1? That is something like, we have to generate now. We have to use this formula, that is xk, that is the old point, plus the inverse of slope, or you can say just 1 by m slope. So xk plus 1 by slope. So what is xk? Our old point, that was 0. 0 plus 1 by slope. So what is our slope there? 1.13. So 1 divided by 1.13. So whatever the answer we get, that answer is nothing but 0.88. So that 0.88 you're supposed to add with the previous point xk. So what is our previous x point? That is 0. 0 plus 0.88. So how much is that? 0.88. So that would be our x coordinate. So this is how you calculate x increment in x and increment in y. That is the next possible point for our line segment. So if at all my first endpoint is 0, 0, now my problem is to calculate the very next point in order to generate a line. So what would be that very next point? It is x coordinate 0.88, and what is the y coordinate? It is 1. So 0.88 comma 1 is our next point that has to be plotted. But is it plot ready? Is it ready for us to plot now the point? No. So in order to plot the point, let's take one more step ahead. What is that? Let's round this x coordinate. Let's round off this x coordinate. So let's apply this round off function to x coordinate. So what is that round off? Let's round it off to 1. So let's go for sealing. So 0.88 can be sealed to 1. So 1 comma 1. So this is the point that we are going to take, that we are going to use for plotting for the line segment. So my next point that we are going to plot is not 0.88 comma 1, it is nothing but 1 comma 1. So that would be my next point. But before plotting the point, let's see what is that k, or what is the number of iterations that we are going to follow. How to decide the number of iterations? Simple. So for that, we just have to check which is greater. Delta y is greater than delta x, or delta x is greater than delta y. So in my case, in this example, we know that it is delta y greater than delta x, because the slope is greater than 1. So when delta y is greater than delta x, the number of steps is nothing but exactly equal to delta y. That's all. My number of steps, or the iterations k, will be equal to delta y. And how much is delta y? It is equal to 9. So total 9 iterations I require. Okay, so now what you can just see over here is how many iterations do we have over here. So it is total 9 iterations we have over here. So you can just see this table. So those many steps we are going to follow. Okay, so now here we can just continue with that now. So what is our next step now? Okay, we have to continue with that. Okay, for the further iteration, for the next iteration, this is my 0th iteration, and now for the next iteration, I'm going to take now the coordinates. So remember, this last column is only for plotting, or it is just for generating the line segment. Okay, for all my calculations, I am making use of this x coordinate, what I have actually got, and this y coordinate, what I have actually calculated. Okay, so these are the two calculated x and y coordinates only I am going to take for all my calculations. But whereas this last column, whatever I have calculated, this last coordinates of this last column, it is nothing but used only to finally plot or to generate the line segment. Okay, you will understand this. We'll go to the next iteration. So what is now xk and yk? So just take it from here. Just now I have calculated xk, that is 0.88, and what is y? It is just this 1. So 0.88 and 1. So use that. So what is my next coordinate now? X coordinate. So xk is now 0.88. So 0.88 plus 0.88. So 0.88 plus 0.88 is how much? 1.76, and that is my next x coordinate. And what is that you have to do for the y coordinate? Just add it by 1. So 1 plus 1, that is 2, right? So 1.76 is my x coordinate and y coordinate is 2. So remember, before plotting, you have to again round it off. I am applying round off function to x. So what is that round off? So you can round it off to 3. So 3 comma 3 is my plot ready point. So this point I can take it up now to, sorry, here this upper one, 2 comma 2 is my plotting point. This point I'm going to now choose now for drawing the line. Okay, so you can go further for the next step. So remember, when you go to the next step, again you are going to take this previously calculated x coordinate and previously calculated y coordinate. Okay, so 1.76, which you have to add with 0.88 now. So 0.88, how did you get? That is nothing but 1 by m. This formula you have to use. That's all to calculate x coordinate. So you have to repeat this until you reach the last endpoint. So what was my last endpoint, or the other extreme endpoint of the line segment? It is 8, 9. So that particular point 8, 9 you have to reach finally. So till then you have to continue. So total how many iterations I have? Total 9 iterations I do have over here. So this is how we are going to plot the points, and this is how we are going to generate the line segment. I hope it is clear. You can now quickly analyze this next example also. So my next example is the new endpoint I have 1 comma 1 and the other endpoint is 8 comma 7. This is a new line that I'm going to generate. Now as usual you have to calculate the slope first as a first step. So what is this formula? Delta y by delta x, and delta y is nothing but 7 minus 1, that is 6. Delta x is 8 minus 1, that is 7. 6 by 7, the slope is 0.86, which is less than 1, and which clearly says that delta x is greater than delta y. Since delta x is greater than delta y, so you have to remember x you are supposed to increment by 1, but how do you calculate y? Y, this is a previous y-intercept which you have to add it with the slope. So previous calculated y coordinate should be added with slope. So this is how you have to calculate y, but x you have to just increment by 1. And how many steps you are supposed to take? It is delta x number of steps, iterations, is equal to 7, because delta x is greater than delta y. So the number of steps is how much? Total 7 steps you are supposed to take. So from where are you going to start there? You're going to start from 1 comma 1. Okay. So what is that 1 comma 1 over there? Actually you have to continue over here. There's 7th step there, unless you reach this last end point. So which is that end point there? Last end point is 8 comma 7. Till that 8 comma 7 point you have supposed to continue the last step. Okay, so I guess now you can do it. The first point is 1 comma 1. Okay, so what is the x coordinate? Just you have to increment x by 1. And what is this y coordinate? How do you calculate? So the formula you have 1, that's first point, plus slope. How much is the slope? 0.86. 1.86 is 1 plus 0.86 is 1.86. And remember here for the y coordinate you are applying round off function. So what is the round off of 1.8? It is 2. So what point you are going to plot? 2 comma rounded point. So which is a rounded point? 2. So 2 comma 2 is your plotting point. Okay, so after that what you are supposed to do? You're going to take the next iteration in that. What is the x coordinate that you have just calculated? The x coordinate that you have just calculated is 2. And what is the y coordinate you have just calculated? It is 1.86. So here 2 you are just directly incrementing, 2 plus 1, that's 3. But y coordinate, add it with slope, 1.86 plus 0.86, and the next new coordinate is 2.72, for which you have to apply round off function. And now the plotting point is 3 comma 3. So this continues until you reach the 7th step, the last end point. Which is the last end point? 8 comma 7 is the last end point which you have to reach there. Okay, right? So this is how we are going to draw the line using DDA algorithm. I guess now it would be easy for you all to understand this algorithm. So the first step in the algorithm, the first case that you're supposed to check is if the slope is less than 1. If the slope is less than 1, all that you have to do is increment x by 1, and the formula to calculate y is yk plus m. So just now what we have seen, the same thing. So what you can do next is the initial end point you can assume x0 y0, and the first point will be always your initial end point, that is the leftmost end point. And next, whenever you are plotting, remember when the slope is less than 1, all that you have to apply round off function is for the y coordinate, not x. So x comma round of y. So this is a point that you have to plot later. So remember that particular point. Okay, and every time you're going to increment x as well as y by 1. Okay, and then till you reach the final end point. You have to continue the steps till you reach the last end point. This is the second case that you have to see. So what is the second case? Slope that is greater than 1. When the slope is greater than 1, all that you have to do is increment y by 1, not x. So x should be incremented by 1 by slope. So initially you start with the initial point x0 y0, and then now remember round off function is applied to x, not y. So round off you have applied to x, not y. So you can do now, calculate this x coordinate and y coordinate. So continue until you reach the final endpoint. So this is how you write the algorithm. This is the code, corresponding code. The same algorithm is implemented here. So just in the code also, first you calculate dx, then you calculate dy, and then you take a variable called k, and the number of steps also you can take, and then this absolute value is supposed to take. okay, all the time, dx value, dy value. Why? Because this round off thing also you're supposed to do with that. So incrementing always, how you're supposed to increment. So this is a formula that you're using. Okay, so you can just round off is a function that you're using for x and y, so you can just go through. This is left to you, anyhow you can do it. So different cases you have to just check out, slope greater than 1 and slope less than 1. Here are the few exercise problems which you can go through. So this covers all possible cases: slope less than 1, slope greater than 1, slope equal to 1. So all this you can take it up as an exam homework, wherein you can generate all the points using DDA algorithm, so that you will be more familiar with the algorithm. Here is a solution also for those problems, the possible output x coordinates and y coordinates that you generate for the line segment using DDA for those problems. Hope this is clear, DDA algorithm.